Hello, children. So, this is Pooja Bargul here, and today I'll teach you some new concepts of your lesson number 15 physics, motion, and time. So, I hope till now what I have taught is clear to you. So, next proceed with some new terms and new concepts. So, the next concept in this lesson is speed. So, children, speed is the measurement of fastness of a moving object. The measurement of fastness of a moving object is called speed. Mathematically, we can say that speed is equal to distance traveled by an object upon the time taken to travel the distance. I repeat, speed is equal to the distance traveled by an object divided by the time taken to travel the distance. And if we see symbolically in form of symbols, speed is denoted by v, distance by s, and time by t. So we get a formula here, v is equal to s upon t. Now, the SI unit of speed. Speed is equal to distance upon time, as we have seen here, distance traveled by an object upon time taken. Speed is equal to distance upon time. So, if we want to find out the SI unit, then we will see speed is equal to distance upon time. Distance is in meter, SI unit of distance is meter, SI unit of time is second. So speed becomes meter per second or m per s. Now, generally when a car, bike, motorcycle, anything travels a distance, it is measured in kilometers. So if we want to know the relation between meter per second and kilometer per hour, what we'll do? 1 kilometer per hour is equal to, we can write 1 kilometer per hour. 1 kilometer per hour can be further written as 1000 meter 3600 second. 1 kilometer has 1000 meters and 1 hour has 3600 second. So if we cancel these zeros and we find the lowest term of this fraction, we'll get 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 upon 18 meter per second. So that's all about speed, what I wanted to explain you in this topic. And now I'm proceeding with some of the solved examples of speed. So let's see. So let's see a solved example from your book. Example number 1. Roma walked a distance of 270 meters from her home to a park in 3 minutes. What was her speed during this walk? So we know speed is equal to distance upon time. So we need the distance and time in order to find the speed. Here the distance is given 270 meters and time is given 3 minutes. Now, in SI units, we get the speed in meter per second, but here it's given in minutes. So first thing we'll have to do is that distance is equal to 270 meter, time is given in minutes, it needs to be converted into seconds. So 3 into 60 seconds, that means 180 seconds. Now, speed is equal to what? We know speed is equal to distance upon time. Here we have distance in meter and time in second. So we'll divide and find the answer. So here it comes 1.5 meter per second. Again I repeat, in the question we have been given the distance, but time is given not in SI units. So we will convert minutes into seconds. Then we'll put the formula of speed is equal to distance upon time, and then we'll get the speed 1.5 meter per second. Next, there is one more example of the same kind as we have done in the example number 1. A car traveled a distance of 200 km between Delhi and Agra in 2.5 hours. Calculate the average speed of the car during the journey. So, here we are given distance 200 kilometers. So, we know total distance is equal to 200 kilometers. Total time taken is 2.5 hours. Here the time is given in hours, so we need not change because speed in kilometer per hours we have just studied in the important notes. So total time given is 2.5 hour. Average speed is equal to, we have to find. So average speed is equal to total distance traveled upon total time taken. Total distance here, what's given in the question, 200 kilometers, and the time taken is 2.5 hour. So average speed will become 80 km per hour after solving this one. So these two examples are of the same kind. Now, let's see the third example. A man is driving his car at a speed of 50 km per hour. How far will he be traveling in 5 hours? Here we are being given the speed and time. They both are in the same units, kilometer and hour, so we need not change the units. Now, speed is equal to, we know, distance upon time. We know this thing. Speed is equal to distance upon time. That means V is equal to S upon T. This we have learned. But we have to find the S. That means distance we have to find here. So S can become, we can cross multiply these two numbers, and S will become B into T. Now V is already given 50 and T is given 5 hours. So it will become 250 kilometers. So these are the three examples based on the formula of speed is equal to distance upon time. And further we'll discuss some more examples of this time. Now, the example 4 is, a train is traveling at a speed of 110 km per hour. How long will it take to complete a journey of 605 km without any stoppage in between? So here, children, we are being given the speed and distance, and they are asking how long. That means they are asking about the time. And speed and distance are in the same units, kilometer and kilometer per hour, so we need not change the units. Now, we are being given the speed is equal to 110 km per hour, distance 605 km, and time we have to find out. We know the formula, V is equal to S upon T. Speed is equal to distance upon time. Now we are asked the time, so we can shift the places of these as we do in cross multiply. So we can bring T here and V here. S will remain unchanged. Now substitute the values, so we'll get T is equal to 605 km upon 110 km per hour. So we'll get the answer after solving this 5.5 hour. So in 5.5 hours, it can complete a journey of 605 kilometers. Now one more application of the concepts we have learned till now, that is example number 6. We have to convert 54 km per hour into meter per second. So I have already taught you 1 kilometer per hour is equal to 5 by 18 meter per second. So we are being given 54 km per hour here. We are being given 54 km per hour, and 54 upon 1, we can write it like this. Now you can directly multiply it by 5 upon 18. You can do it directly also, or you can write in place of kilometer, you can write it 54,000 meter, and in 1 hour you can write 3600 second. Then also the answer will be same. If we are multiplying it by this, or we are writing in meter per second like this, we'll get the same answer in both the cases. So I've explained you just cancel these three zeros and this you just cancel these 2 zeros and these 2 zeros, and then when you will divide 540 by 36, then you will get the answer 15 meter per second. So this way you have to do, either you can cancel the 2 zeros by the denominator 2 zeros and get 540 by 36, or you can directly multiply 54 upon 1 by 5 by 18. This is the method of converting kilometer per hour into meter per second. So I hope the sums and concepts are clear to you. Go through the video again and again to know the concepts well, and then we'll proceed further. Thank you. God bless you.